Good morning and welcome to our annual Academic Awards Ceremony. Today we take advantage of the opportunity to recognize and honor students who have achieved outstandingly during the 22-23 school year. We'll mention some academic awards, some that came from competitions in which our students participated, and some are based on extracurricular activities in which students excelled. Our first award today is called the Civitan Harding University Seminar Participant. That's a long name that basically means that there's a local organization known as the Civitan Club that each year sponsors a student from Catholic High School to attend a week-long seminar at Harding University in Arkansas, at which selected students from across the whole nation are given the opportunity to learn leadership skills and collaborative skills. This year's Catholic High participant who was chosen by the Civitan Club to attend the Harding seminar is Mariana Contreras Fernandez. Our Citizenship Award. This award recognizes students who show a positive attitude toward classmates, to school, and to community. Students who display an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibility, who are proud to be Americans and possess strength of character and the courage to do what is right. There are two citizens from Catholic High School who are named per grade level. So the 9th grade award winners of the Citizenship Award are Darnell Thomas and Emma Redding. Our 10th grade recipients are Dylan Wynn and Annabelle Jacobson. And our 11th grade Citizenship Award winners are Julia Ulmer and Jude Weissler. The St. Michael's College Book Award is sponsored by St. Michael's College, which is in Vermont. And each year they identify a student to whom an award will be given because of the demonstration by that student of academic excellence, of a special commitment to service, and who are dedicated to issues of peace and justice and concern for others. This year's recipients of the St. Michael's College Book Award are Cooper Meckler and Mariana Contreras Fernandez. The Nicholas S. Walker Math Tournament has been sponsored for about 40 years by Milton High School. It takes place in April each year, and schools that participate in this contest are allowed to bring students to be part of math teams. There are 5 teams that you can enter, and in each team there are students who are going to participate in one math discipline only. So we have an Algebra 1 team that attended, a Geometry, an Algebra 2, a Pre-Calc, and a Calculus team. And each one of those teams is competing in several different rounds of mathematics challenge questions, working as a group, as a team. They earn points for their score in each one of those competitions, and in the end, each school's cumulative points determine the standings at the end of the day. Also, each individual discipline, algebra, geometry, can win an award for being the best in that particular discipline. This year, in April, for the 14th consecutive year, the Catholic High Math teams as a group, all 5 teams, earned enough points to once again be the #1 school from all those who participated from Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties. Additionally, 3 of our teams took first place for their particular mathematics discipline, our geometry, our Algebra 2, and our calculus teams. And our Algebra 1 and Pre-Calc teams took second place each. But again, the cumulative points of all those 5 teams earned us first place. And I'm naming the students who participated for each of those disciplines. In Algebra 1, C.J. McGowan, Ashton Tanner, Maya Chavan, and Riley Parker. For Algebra 2, Ace London, Owen Salither, Aiden Baker, Emma Thompson, and Caroline Royals. In Geometry, Clark Hubbard, Maya Sanford, Jillian LaCour, Jalen Charlery, and Melina Snyder. And in Pre-Calc, Harper Hubbard, Mariana Contreras, Mackenzie Dobbin, Nathan Flores, and Finn Fritz. Congratulations. Another math competition this year hosted at UWF, is one that hasn't been held since COVID. It is a competition in which schools can enter teams, or rather students, who are going to take a 25-question, 75-minute multiple choice exam in high school math. This year, the competition was identified for 10th graders and 12th graders. The students who could participate in AMC, American Math Competition 10, are students who are in 10th grade and are going to take a test that covers all math topics for 10th graders and below. The high school curriculum up to 10th grade. They have to be less than 17 and a half years of age, and they cannot be in any grade higher than 10th grade. But each one competes individually. And the AMC 12 group of students covers the entire high school math curriculum. Every math subject that's taught in high school is what they're tested on, including trig, advanced algebra, advanced geometry, but it does exclude calculus. Students have to be in grade 12 or below and under 19 and a half years of age to compete in this particular competition. But once again, each one takes the test individually and scores individually. We're very pleased and very grateful for the participation of Aiden Baker, Emma Thompson, Owen Salither, Ace London, Melina Snyder. On this very same day, our 12th graders, who will be recognized at our senior academic award ceremony, took both first, second, and third place in the competition for AMC 12. And in 10th grade for AMC 10, our sophomore Emma Thompson placed first among all the 10th graders who took the test. So congratulations. Our Mu Alpha Theta Awards. This is an honor society, very much like the National Honor Society, except that it is singularly for honoring students for their achievement in math, students who excel in the study of math. To be eligible to be inducted into Mu Alpha Theta, a student has to have completed 5 semesters of math that begin with Algebra 1. They must earn an unweighted GPA of 3.5 or higher in math after those 5 semesters. And they have to demonstrate an enthusiasm and interest in the study of math. Students who have become eligible for this honor society were inducted into it earlier this year, and their names are scrolling on the screen for you to see.
Next, we would like to recognize this year's participants of the Mate Rove competition. In this year's Marine Advanced Technology Education Gulf Coast Regional Underwater Robotics Competition, 20 members of Crewbotics team were divided into 2 different classifications and spent a combined 1,400 hours planning and building 2 remotely operated vehicles to accomplish observations, as well as removal and replacement of obstacles. The team also had to create technical documentation, a scientific poster, and perform an engineering presentation. The Ranger team won first place and has earned an invitation to the Mate International competition in Longmont, Colorado in June. The following students represented the team well. From the Ranger team, Grant Robertson, Brandon Hoppy, Mac McKinley, and Luke Foster. From the Navigator team, Ace London as CEO and team captain, Nate Flores, Nicole Peterson, Caleb Bobie, Clark Hubbard, Elliot Wiggins, Elliot Fischel, Michael Baracco, and Jalen Charlery. Congratulations. The Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award, also known as the Hobie Award, is presented yearly to a student who will attend an entire weekend seminar in Tallahassee, learning about all aspects of state leadership. The recipient of the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award is chosen each year on the basis of an application that the student submits and is intended to foster leadership, service, and innovation and the youth of America. This year's Hobie Award winner is Emmeline Mason. Boys State is sponsored by the American Legion. Each branch of the American Legion selects junior male students to attend this week-long seminar on American government in Tallahassee. This student was selected to represent CHS this summer at Boys State, and we would like to recognize Roman Caro. Girls State is sponsored by the Auxiliary American Legion. Each branch of the Auxiliary American Legion selects junior female students to attend this week-long seminar on American government in Tallahassee. These students were selected to represent CHS this summer at Girls State, and we would like to recognize Zoe Amjad, Natalie Biggs, Mariana Contreras-Fernandez, and Harper Hubbard. Congratulations. These members of the Student Council helped make this school year a very enjoyable and growth-filled one for all our students due to the strong leadership they provided and the many activities they spearheaded. These students have served CHS as student ambassadors, representing CHS in numerous activities and events throughout the year. They have provided countless hours of service to CHS, serving as emissaries of our school and of our core values. These hardworking, dependable members of the Charisma Yearbook staff have helped to produce the beautiful yearbook for which we are very grateful. Harper Hubbard, Cooper Meckler, Mariana Contreras-Fernandez, Whitney Taylor, and Julia Ulmer. Thank you very much. Technology Service Awards are given to students who have donated hours of service in the setup, operation, and takedown of the school's sound systems that are used for all public events. We are deeply grateful for their talent and generous service to the school community. Bryant Kite, Lucas Kashianov, and Brandon Hoppy. The Greater Gulf Coast Arts Festival is a 3-day juried art show that draws more than 200 of the nation's best artists. Catholic High School had one junior that entered art in this year's festival and won awards, and we would like to recognize her now. Emmy Huang won 3 different honorable mention awards and a 3rd place award for her work. Congratulations. Music Ministry Awards are given to students who have helped to lead the music at school-wide liturgies and helped to make them meaningful and beautiful. We would like to recognize these students: Michael Baracco, Sophia Fabro, Kaylee Ibanez, Zoe Thiessen, and Olivia White. Each year, the members of our academic departments identify the students who have excelled during that year in the study of subjects in their discipline. The following students are being recognized:
Each year we give religion service awards to students who dedicate the greatest number of hours of community service during the school year. This year, awards are being given in 3 categories: a gold award, a silver award, and a bronze award for students with the highest through 3rd highest number of service hours. In the freshman class, the awards are given to the gold award for the highest number of hours to Samuel Watkins for 113 hours. The silver award to Rylan Richards for 112 hours. And the bronze award to McCullough Gilmer for 97 hours of service. In the sophomore class, the gold award is given to Molly McCarthy for 154.5 hours of service. The silver award is given to Jack Barter for 144.5 hours, and the bronze award to Meredith Powell for 126 hours. And finally, in the junior class, the gold award is given to Ava Adams for 185 hours of service. The silver award to Jackson Brewer for 115 hours, and the bronze award to Mary Grace Manning for 107 hours of service. Thank you so much to these students and to each of you for the service you contribute to our school and to our community. Awards of merit are given each year at this time to students on all grade levels for their academic achievement throughout the first 3 quarters of the school year. So from August all the way through March. The students who have a combination of first or second honors in each of those 3 quarters is given an award of merit. The names of the students in the freshman, sophomore, and junior classes who are receiving an award of merit are scrolling on your screen. Awards of excellence. These awards are given similar to awards of merit for academic achievement, and they're given to students who have merited first honors only for all 3 quarters of the beginning of the school year. From August through March, these students have achieved first honors each of the 3 quarters. Our congratulations, and again, please note the names that are scrolling on the screen. The remainder of our awards that will be given this morning are scholarships that will be bestowed on behalf of a family or an individual, and typically these scholarships bestow a monetary gift to the recipient and to his or her family. The monetary gift or scholarship is applied to the student's tuition at Catholic High School for the following school year. Each of these scholarships is named after the person who's being honored, someone who is often, but not in every case, deceased. The scholarship donor who gave the award wants to honor that person and memorialize them for the qualities that he or she stood for and lived, And they've done that by naming a scholarship after that person that is given annually. So they're remembered year after year. The donor often defines the qualities that are desired in the student who is given the award. Qualities that are typically ones that the person being honored lived or is living in his or her life. That the information given about each scholarship will help to give you a little bit of background about the person who is honored by the award. And we ask each of the recipients of these scholarships as they are named to please come to the Media Center immediately. First is the Humphreys Smith Scholarship. This scholarship is given annually in memory of two longtime supporters of Catholic High School, Lucius Humphreys and P.J. Smith. It's given in honor of their dedication to Catholic High, and especially their dedication to athletic involvement for students. It's given by a dear friend of the two honorees. This scholarship is given to a student who has a positive attitude and who lives the Catholic High motto, Pro Deo et Patria, the Latin for God and country. This year's recipient of the Humphreys Smith Scholarship is Harper Hubbard. And again, we ask you to please come to the Media Center now. The next scholarship is the Coach Lenny Cruz Scholarship. This scholarship was established by Lenny's family and is given annually in his memory. Lenny was a wonderful, inspirational man who coached both football and girls basketball for 9 years at Catholic High School and passed away very suddenly after his last spring of coaching. It's given in his honor and in memory of his dedication to Catholic High, and especially to making possible athletic involvement for students. The scholarship is given to a student who is a member of one of those two teams, football or girls basketball, teams that Coach Cruz was so dedicated to, and to a student who has a positive attitude and lives by, once again, our motto, Pro Deo et Patria, for God and country. This year's recipient of the Lenny Cruz Scholarship is Ramon Hearn. The Bizel Family Scholarship is given in honor of Genevieve Bizel, a parent who was so dedicated to ensuring that her 7 children all received a Catholic school education, and especially a Catholic high education. Her students went through Catholic high school in the 60s and 70s. And this scholarship given by her children is to honor her and thank her for the tremendous sacrifice and dedication she exhibited in helping her children to receive such a wonderful Catholic education. This year's award is given to 2 students, Janisha Swindell and Braden Martin, and they're asked to come to the Media Center. The James Dudley Brown Scholarship were instituted by members of the James Brown family in memory of their brother and son who died very tragically in 2002. James Brown was a graduate of Catholic High School, as were all of his siblings, and was an avid engineer. He loved to work on ideas and plans which led to the development of new mechanical devices, often that received patents. This scholarship is given annually to Catholic High students on the basis of their talent and interest in the disciplines which are the foundation of engineering, math, and science. So it's given to students who excel in those 2 subjects. The following students who will be receiving the James Dudley Brown Scholarship, which carries with it a monetary scholarship award, are asked to come to the Media Center. This year's recipients are Ace London and Grant Robertson. The Coach Burke Scholarship. Coach Burke was a graduate of Catholic High School, the class of 1941. Immediately following his graduation from high school, he began coaching as an assistant in the boys basketball program, a job that he kept for over 40 years until he finally left his real daytime job and began working as a teacher at Catholic High School in 1984. He continued as a full-time and then part-time teacher, and eventually as a sub at Catholic High School until approximately 2016, when he finally hung up his teaching gear and decided it was time to retire. By that time, Coach Burke was in his 90s. He stood for many things, but especially for integrity, for a love of young people, and for the desire to help young people become the best they can be. A message he always offered in encouragement to his players was, always do your best and leave the rest for God. The students selected for this scholarship display the qualities of being conscientious and diligent in their academic efforts and of living the core values of Catholic High School. Coach Burke's scholarship are being given today to two Crusaders, Lily Rodriguez and Abby Killingsworth, and they are asked to please come to the Media Center. The Al Condon Scholarship is given in memory of Al Condon. He too was a Crusader, an alum. He graduated in 1952. He was a very, very active student, an excellent student, and an excellent athlete. He played on the basketball team and had many, many friends who continue to remember him and honor him to this day, and in fact, to give this scholarship in his memory. Al became a lawyer and worked for decades building justice and integrity in our community. And so the Al Condon Scholarship is given to someone who demonstrates the highest ideals of Catholic High School, our core values, and our motto, for God and country. This year's recipient is Trey Gaston. The Bill McClellan Scholarship is again given annually in memory of an alum, Albert Bill McClellan, a member of the Catholic High School class of 1953, in honor of his dedication to living the ideals of Catholic High School, our core values, and our motto. It's given each year in his memory by a very dear friend and classmate of Bill McClellan. This year's recipient of the Bill McClellan Scholarship, who we asked to come to the Media Center, is Virginia Lee. The Margaret Nicholson Scholarships are given annually in memory of Margaret Moore Nicholson, a dear friend and benefactor of Catholic High School who died very tragically in 1996. She was married to a very dedicated Catholic High alum, Eric Nicholson, and her two sons also attended Catholic High School. During her time as a mother of Crusaders, she was very, very active, as she was throughout her life. In fact, the Margaret Nicholson Scholarship, given by her family in her memory, honors a female or more than one female member of the junior class in recognition of their outstanding qualities of courage, integrity, and service to school and to community. This year's recipients of the Margaret Moore Nicholson Scholarship are Sophia Dosef and Mariana Contreras, and we ask them to come to the Media Center now. The Dan Bailey Scholarship. This scholarship is given in memory of Dan Bailey, a Catholic High student who died very, very suddenly and tragically in May of 2005. In fact, he died very suddenly on an exam day at the very end of the school year by a sudden illness that totally took over his body and his ability to function within one day. Dan's family initiated this scholarship as a means of honoring and keeping alive Dan's memory and the qualities by which he lived. He was a friend to all and was filled with joy and a zest for life. He played basketball during both his freshman and sophomore years. Sophomore year is the year in which he passed away. And he formed deep and loving friendships with his peers, his teammates, his coaches, and his teachers. This year's recipient of the Dan Bailey Scholarship is Chris Rembert. The Alvin Kaifa Peabody Scholarship is named after Mr. Alvin K. Peabody, father of a 2015 graduate of Catholic High, Kaifa Peabody. And it is given to a student who demonstrates strong leadership and moral principles, fairness to his or her peers, kindness to others, and sincerity in one's convictions. This year's recipient of the Alvin Peabody Scholarship is Andrew Jackson. We ask Andrew to please come to the Media Center now. The Sandra Barberi Johnson Scholarship is given to a student in honor of an alum of Catholic High and an alumni parent, Mrs. Sandra Barberi Johnson. She is a member of the Catholic High School class of 1958 and continues monthly to meet with her classmates for reunions because they are so dedicated to their time together at Catholic High and their love for each other. This was instituted by her family in her honor because she demonstrates the true spirit of Catholic High School through her involvement and is given to a student for their involvement in extracurricular activities, particularly selected for their sportsmanship and their involvement in athletics. This year's recipient of the Sandra Barberi Johnson Scholarship is Rosie Langston. The Mary Ellen Miller Scholarship is given in memory of an alumni parent, Mrs. Mary Ellen Miller, also a mother of a Catholic high school teacher, Mrs. Christine Day. The recipient of this scholarship is chosen because the family wanted to honor Mary Ellen Miller by selecting students who emulate the values and the principles that were lived so faithfully by Mrs. Miller. Dedication to faith and to her family. This year's recipient of the Mary Ellen Miller Scholarship is Margaret Stockton. And we ask you to please come to the Media Center. The Brian Purcell Scholarship is also given this year and each year annually in memory of a Catholic High alum, a husband, a father, who died very suddenly in a tragic accident 5 years ago. The recipient of this award is chosen for the qualities by which Brian Purcell lived: his generosity, determination, his dedication to living by the values learned in his time at Catholic High: selfless love, commitment to excellence, personal integrity, and commitment to service. Our recipient of the Brian Purcell Scholarship is Paxton Madry. The Leidner Family Scholarship is being given this year, awarded by Mr. and Mrs. Mark and Hallie Leidner, Mr. Leidner being of the class of 1986. It recognizes a student for consistently displaying dedication to academic excellence, extracurricular involvement, and to living the core values of Catholic High School in their life at Catholic. It's an honor to announce this year's recipient of the Leidner Family Scholarship, Natalie Biggs. Please come to the library now. The Mysick Family Scholarship is given by a graduate of Catholic High School, the class of 1951, Mr. Eugene Mysick. It's given out of his generosity to students who have honored everything that Mr. Mysick and his family stand for: dedication, hard work, perseverance, determination, a decision to make the most of who they are. We're very pleased to give the Mysick Family Scholarship this year to 3 recipients, and we ask them to come to the Media Center at this time: Gabe Nees, Julia Frosch, and Iona McCants. Congratulations. Finally, the Brent A. Sawyer Scholarship is named after a 2017 graduate of Catholic High School, Brent Sawyer, in honor of the amazing values by which he lived during his time at Catholic High School and continually now. He was very dedicated to making the most of who he was, who he is, and of his God-given talents and abilities. He showed every day perseverance, generosity, dedication to his classmates and friends, tremendous respect for others, and a person who continually lived out the core values of Catholic High. It's a pleasure to announce the recipient of this year's Brent Sawyer Scholarship, Morgan Smith, and we ask you to please come to the Media Center. Thank you to everyone for all you've done to make this a very productive, a very growth-filled, and a very enjoyable year. We especially thank our teachers, our coaches, our club moderators, all who have made it possible for our students to have so many opportunities and to demonstrate so much growth and so much talent and potential. We're very proud of each of you for all you've done this year and wish that we could give each of you a specific award for the way you've lived the God-given talents you have. Thank you for all you've done during 2022-23. We hope you have a very strong exam week. We hope you have a very, very beautiful and restful and enjoyable summer. And we look forward very much to seeing you again next year. God bless.